half, he put it together. The offense put it together. They came out and did what they were supposed to do. But I
Yeah.
don't know what happened in the second half. That was a totally different offense, totally different play calling. Can't keep running Saquon up the middle like that. I mean, at that point, Tampa Bay's defense had, they settled in. They settled in. So it was like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Like, how does the offense change like that? It wasn't the defense that dictated that. It was the offense. The offensive play calling dictated how we ran that offense in the second half, which is unsaid. Got to mix it up. And you can't keep forcing the ball into A.J. Brown. I mean, we had a series where we threw it to him 3 times in a row, and we went 3 and out. I mean, we can't afford to be doing that.
And that's what I was.
Move it around.
That's why I'm saying I felt like it was 2023 because in that particular season, AJ was crying for the ball, and Jalen just was trying to feed him to keep him happy. And we lost, because AJ is not mature enough to understand that football is a game sport. It's not an individual sport. If you want to get your numbers up, go to another team and get your numbers up. In Philly, we're about winning.
Trying to win.
And I don't think he understands that because he doesn't care. He cares about himself. And then people talk about, he all wide receivers is like that. No, they're not. They're not like that. Mm-mm. He's like that. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, like Diggs. Same way with him. That's why he'd have been on like 3 teams the last, 4 years, 3 different teams, because he's not a team player. He just an individual that want to get his numbers up. I think AJ is an outstanding player, but he needs to be outstanding somewhere else because he cannot. I mean, I'm real with it. I mean, I know people say, why would you trade away a piece like that? It's because he's messing the chemistry of the team up. I would take, attitude over aptitude any day. Person that don't have the right attitude cannot perform at a peak level because they disrupt the whole team.
Yeah, but all wide receivers want their numbers.
Not like that. Not disruptive like that.
Well, I think the perfect example of a person that's not really being disrupted and still getting numbers, and playing at a high level. I mean, he was hurt today. He didn't play in today's game. That's Mike Evans. I mean, he's a perfect example of a guy that goes out and just balls out. He don't cry for the ball. The ball finds him, because he's an elite wide receiver. But I never really see him crying or going to the quarterback and, just the body language looking crazy. You just don't see that in a guy like that. He's a class.
Smitty don't do that.
Well, I know Smitty don't. I'm talking about somebody with longevity.
Right.
That has longevity. Smitty,
and that's going.
He's still young in the game. That's why I pick Mike Evans because, he's been doing this for a long time at a high level. So, yeah. If he can be more like that person, then
it's not in his DNA. It's not in his DNA.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, because he's just a selfish player. And all he cares about, he talk about people thinking him a diva. And, I know how I could impact the game. I watched multiple plays today where he did not even attack the ball because he wanted the ball to be intercepted. He was pissed off because he ain't get his way like a toddler. He was acting like a goddamn toddler today. If when we was growing up in the city, playing ball up in Philly in the schoolyard, a person that couldn't get on the field, on the court, they take their ball and go home.
I remember.
Right? I mean, he might as well. They should have just gave him. They just gave him a damn football and say, "Here, take your football and go home."
Yeah,
because that's all you care about. And at this point, and I know you say it all the time that I always want to get rid of people, but there's good money on this one. That dude need to go. I mean, we cannot satisfy him. You cannot satisfy him because he's looking around the league that other wide receivers getting numbers and he's not getting numbers. He needs to leave